Today's AskReddit post. What do you think would be the most inappropriate place to have sex? Oh boy, this is gonna be a good one. Let's get started. Mary Shelley, author of Frankenstein, used to do it on her mom's grave. Her father didn't approve of the relationship, so going to the cemetery was a cover-up for intercoursey time. In the sky tubes from Chuck E. Cheese, the balls are supposed to stay in the pit. Where do you think I'm trying to put M? In front of both partners' parents. Are you winning, son? I'll let you know, dad. It's not a hyperbole like the rest of this, but people need to stop ducking in restaurant kitchens. You don't duck in the kitchen, you duck in the stockroom. On the witness stand in the middle of court. Edit. Some of you have brought up a great piece of history known as the impotence trials, where a woman could divorce her husband if he wasn't able to get it up in front of people in court. I just want all of you to think what it would be like to be a court stenographer during such trial. Exhibit D, Your Honor. In the delivery room. And that, little Johnny, is where the dent in your head came from. Imagine ducking a 9-month pregnant woman and the child comes out looking like Stewie Griffin. A surgery operation theater while a surgery is being performed. Suction, 20 cc of lube, stat. At the baby shower, it's raining babies, or it's raining batter, at least. Elementary school hallway. Thanksgiving dinner table. Right after the blessing, knock everything off of the table and share your gratitude for Viagra with the family. Guess I'll pass on the stuffing. Thanks, Dad. Gravy? As someone who has worked at both a theme park and an escape room, please know there are cameras in places you may not realize. I get it if you are an exhibitionist, but please make sure there is consent on the part of the people who have to watch. Please be aware there are cameras everywhere, was also the first item during haunted house worker orientation. Similarly, thanks to two couples amongst the cast. My friend had intercourse on the sofa under covers while they watched a movie with the girl's father. Wait, what? Your friend had intercourse with the girl's father? No, he had intercourse with the father's daughter while the father was 6 feet away. No one will see this, but my wife and I had intercourse under a Sonic the Hedgehog basketball game in an arcade once. Edit. Oh god, people saw this. Well, here's another tidbit. At one point someone dropped a basketball and it rolled underneath and we were almost caught, but thankfully the person didn't notice when they picked up their ball. It was like pitch black dark under there. That was like 5 years ago now. I saw this and regret it. An elevator. It's wrong on so many levels. Words. I had intercourse in an apple orchard, and I came inside her. Grandma's deathbed. Geez, grandma, relax. We're busy here, read the room. That made me actually laugh out loud. Thank you. I needed that. There's a reason the Notre Dame caught fire last year. What are you doing? Step Quasimodo? Quasimobro. Depends. Will the McDonald's be open when I do it hard and loud on the counter? Arby's. We have the meat. S. The back of a Volkswagen. In the belly button. Nostril. Ear. In a bed with other people present. Unless they wanna join and then have fun. Me and a wife did this a few times. Had a female friend, we had threesomes with men at times. Several other times the friend would just chill on the corner of the bed, fully clothed, and watch talk with us while we did our thing. I fully intend to do this, too. I find the idea exciting. You wouldn't duck a car. Are you new around here? He's just not a dragon. That scene from the ending of Doctor Strangelove where he is riding the atom bomb. On the dropping atom bomb, I guess. Yeehaw. Slim Pickens really knew how to ride a bomb. On top of my parents. In an intercourse addict recovery meeting, or even after the meeting, That's how my last ex became my ex. A stab wound. In a coffin with a body. Pediatric IQ. I worked in a PICU for a while. I am pretty sure we caught a girl, 17F, while her boyfriend was trying to get it in while she was in the hospital bed. I got to tell them there was a camera in the room. That must have been an interesting conversation. Hitler's bunker. 2 points for creativity and 1 point for the scat. Well played, sir. In the car on the way to grandma's funeral. In the hearse on the way to grandma's funeral. Last chance. After all, last chance. PFFT amateur. You get a shovel and you get working to claim your prize. In the baptism pool. You're married and it's an instance of prostitution as well as adultery. You're not having intercourse with your wife. Also, it's the day that God happens to be watching you. He must be really bored. In the delivery room while the baby is being born. Finally she will feel full with me and her. Baby all grown up. I was born 5 times that day. He just kept shoving me back in every time I popped out. The altar of St. Peter's Basilica. Plenty of little boys did this. After watching Game of Thrones. I'm not sure. I've had intercourse after watching Game of Thrones. It wasn't that weird. At the abortion clinic. In and out. A family reunion. Sweet Home Alabama. Planned Parenthood. There's free condoms there at least. And Plan B I think. Remembrance Day or Veterans Day in the USA at the ceremony. Right next to Justin Trudeau. The demilitarized zone border in Korea. In front of the guards. On the gallows where they hang adulterers. In the air. A church. Confessional. The mattress store. At a child's birthday party. It's also the perfect place in a way. Normal intercourse? Hide in the bathroom. You like public stuff? Fuck em in front of the whole party. Masochist? Bam. Hot candle wax from the cake. Mid-engagement snack? Why not bang on the cake? Hate the kid and into kinky poop? Bam. Cake farts. Desire to be sodomized? Let them call the police and you get to go to jail. Bam. Perfect place, albeit inappropriate. I'd say a children's movie just because it's probably the most feasible eye roll. You can very easily get caught at a funeral or school. And while you can still get caught in a theater, the likelihood of being caught is less so compared to the others. Plus, I've had it happen. I was in HS with my girlfriend, and we went to see Monsters vs. Aliens because we were bored and the movie was cheap. The theater wasn't packed, but there was another couple closer to our age that sat in the back and the dude spent a good chunk of the movie fingering his GF. Super ducked up to do that in a kid's movie. Thankfully the movie was kind of old at that point and there were only a few families in the theater who all sat up front, so none of them heard, I don't think. I get why as a teenager you'd want a cheap thrill, and picking a movie that's been out long enough that most people won't be in it isn't a bad idea in and of itself. But don't pick a kid's movie. That's just wrong. Right on top of this lazy ducking thread. The bedroom. Virginity is cool. Stay pure. On a playground. In a stoma. Bro, you actually watched the whole video. I'd give you a high five if I was a human. Make sure to click the like button and subscribe for more great content. See you next time.